We are That was perfect. I stepped on the music right out of the gate. Welcome to Talkin' Shop Live. Talkin' Shop YouTube. Talkin' Shop Live. I have the great Joe or Joel Holbert in the catbird seat tonight. The machine gun's off. Happy Thanksgiving, machine gun. He loves you all. I got the great heel Emerson over here to my bottom right, and I got DJ Dominguez riding along with us here tonight. It's a special Thanksgiving edition of Talkin' Shop Live. How are you boys doing tonight?
Tremendous. I mean, I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, but I feel like I should be with such an occasion here. You know,
well, yeah, it's American Thanksgiving, Joe or Joel Holbert.
Yes.
It's great to be here. We just came off of an awesome week. The boys had a big week, as we've been having a lot of big weeks. And here we are on Thanksgiving Eve. We're loaded up. We're headed into WrestleCade weekend. I feel like this is a weekend where if you were in America, Joe, you would know, and you probably still know.
Yeah.
If you're not in WWE, if you're anywhere else in the wrestling world, from the Indies to a Legend to AEW to everything in between, everything converges on Winston-Salem, North Carolina. This Thanksgiving Day weekend, it all kicks off on Black Friday. We have a massive fourth rope main event. The Hardy Boys and Zilla Fatu, the son of Umaga, versus the world-famous Good Brothers and our prodigy, the young Josh Bishop. Saturday, we got a big signing, 10 to 2:30 p.m. Then Saturday night, Good Brothers in action again against Brodito. I announced last week that it would be for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. I thought that it would be. Our friends FTR defeated Brodito at this past Saturday night's pay-per-view while we were at Appalachian Mountain Wrestling in Hazard, Kentucky, fighting for the titles there. They took the titles from Brodito. So basically all that it means is Saturday night, WrestleCade, when we beat Brodito, we become the number one contenders for the AEW World Tag Team titles, because I'm sure that it's in the contract that they have a rematch clause. They're already the number one contenders. So once we beat them, we take over the rematch clause. And then I'm not saying it'll be sanctioned by AEW. I'm just saying if we happen to decide, we can just beat FTR and be the AEW World Tag Team champions.
Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. And I will say, we do have a few guests backstage, but one of which I think is somewhat on the clock.
Let's get him in here right now. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, the Major Figure Podcast creator, Bare Minimum Brian, founder of The System, WWE alumni, TNA superstar. He doesn't want to be here. He's going to pop in. He's going to pop out. Hello, most professional wrestler.
First off, what makes you think you're going to beat Brodito? You're not going to be able to remember all those fucking reversals.
That's how I'm going to
exchanges.
I'm going to beat him.
Kicks and flips.
I'm going to beat him with my ground and pound. I'm going to beat him with my strike attack. And I'm going to beat him with my wit.
I wish you all the best, Drew.
Well, I appreciate that. You have a huge match coming up, too. First time ever.
First time ever. The major players against the Andersons, which I'm actually pretty thrilled about, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know. We've talked off screen about how thrilled you are about that. You're going to have a much easier night than I am. Good for you.
I also, you know me, I'm a blithering ECW fan, and I've never worked with C-Dub, so I do think that's pretty cool.
You guys will have a fun match. And you got Double A out there, right?
We think. Double A cut a promo on us, so I hope he's out there.
I saw the promo. I saw Double A. Where did I see him? I saw him at MLW, and he was all fired up. So,
all right.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
It's a great weekend, though. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
I'm looking forward to seeing you too. It's been too long. A big sloppy wet kiss for your dirty hair. It's going to be amazing. How are Papa and Mama Myers doing? Look at that. Look at those locks. Eat your heart out, Brian Idol.
Yeah, fuck Brian Idol's hair. Look at this. Look at this.
You heard it here live, folks.
Yeah, but Drew knows. Pat and Diane, incredible hosts. They've been building a dream home out here in wine country in Long Island. So
that's beautiful.
It's about 90 minutes from my house east, but still in Long Island. So to paint a picture for you, but it's unbelievable. It's on the water. We've been drinking, hanging out. It's our first time here ever. So
wow, that's an awesome family event. The best hosts ever. Back in the young 2007, poor Jesse Festus, Myers, Cardona, Major Brothers run. Always a stop when we ran through New York. Mama Myers.
My mom always tells the story about cleaning up after everyone stayed in the house, and the bed that Knox was in. She would sweep her arm under, and just all the empty beer cans.
The great Mike Knox, sleeping with a case of Busch Light.
Big Thirsty came through, man.
Big Thirsty. Descended on Long Island. Well, that's awesome, man. I appreciate you coming in here. What else you got going on real quick? I know you don't have a ton of time. Plug your stuff. And
we always got so much going. I will give you props. We completely stole this concept from you guys. We do boozing with the
and
toys.
Have been killing it with it, absolutely.
On our Major Wrestling Figure podcast, Patreon. It's a really fun time. We just kind of hang out and shoot the shit, the same thing you guys are doing. But we got all things. We got the big rubber guys and the major toys. That's been firing on all cylinders, man. So we'll have a booth at WrestleCade. Kinnick will be there with all our products. We have an exclusive Sergeant Slaughter Bendy for the weekend.
Excellent. Are you going to bring out a Hall of Fame edition Hillbilly Jim Big Rubber Guy? Everybody's been asking.
He is next on the docket, and we have to.
God damn it.
We have to, negotiate with these guys and sign them. I'm like, I still hold this resentment with this guy.
I was going to say, is the contract that you signed with Hillbilly Jim for his Big Rubber Guy going to be as long as his typed out Hall of Fame?
Nothing is as long as that. The Bible's shorter than that.
The Bible is shorter than Hillbilly Jim's Hall of Fame. It sure is. All right, I hope he doesn't watch this. I'm sure he won't.
He probably doesn't have Wi-Fi in Kentucky, so we're good. Actually, he's the only client. The only client that Nick had a snail mail a contract to.
Well, that's great. We can bury him as much as we want on here.
So I think that gives
Jim,
us free
great
reign,
man,
right?
Terrible speech. Ruined my life. Took a lot of years off of it, to be honest.
I don't even know if the speech was that terrible. It's just the fact that he goes, "I won't take too much of your time."
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to speak for over an hour.
I'd like to thank Joe Johnson down at the BP and Quick Trip, where I used to fill up the gasoline on the way to the airport where I'd fly out to the WWF. I'd like to thank Earl Nelson, who sold me fishing worms. I like to go fishing when I get home from
the other rumor about that, I don't know if you remember this, Drew. A couple of our buddies backstage said that when he came back, Vince said, "I don't even want to see him. Get him out of Gorilla."
Yeah, that's how I felt too.
Get him out of Gorilla, like he didn't even want to congratulate. I don't even want to see him. Yeah. Get him out of my sight.
Vince was holding one of these when he came back. Thank you a ton, man. I know you got to go. I know you're with the family. Tell everybody we said hello. Happy Thanksgiving. The great, most professional wrestler.
Have a fun night, boys. Appreciate you having me on. Where's Chad? How did Chad no-show his own show, by the way?
He no-showed his own show. This was completely his concept. And I said, you know what? It's week 4. I'm going to keep the dream alive.
I appreciate that. All right. I'll see you this weekend, man. We'll have some fun.
Can't wait to see you, buddy. Later.
Later, boys.
That was quite the flashback there. I was at that Hall of Fame speech,
Oh, you were? I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
I watched the talent scatter,
I'm surprised that you're still involved in wrestling in any way. After
Whose was worse? Hillbilly Jim or Mr. T?
Mr. T wasn't as long. All right.
Was you there for Mr. T too? Which year was that?
I don't know what year that was. That 20? I might not have been there for that.
I don't know.
Was he WrestleMania 20 or am I completely off?
No idea whatsoever. But
nobody knows.
Speeches,
well, that's why we need an archivist, but we don't. We're building the staff. We're building the team right now. Look at Emerson going to work right there.
Going to work.
Looking in.
What do you have? You got anybody backstage right now, Joe, or should I just?
We do indeed. We have a few guests. In fact, we have one that's been a recurring guest and it's been on a roller coaster ride just in the 3 weeks of this program.
If you haven't been watching TalkNShop live on the TalkNShop YouTube channel, please do. If you want to join the Falcon's Nest and get all the backstage information, patreon.com/TalkNShop. We call it the Falcon's Nest. There's been a ton of chatter in the Falcon's Nest. There's been a ton of chatter across the sports and entertainment world about what has taken place with the face of Zicky Dice. Zicky Dice Come on in. You know what? My frown's already turned upside down because last week I could tell you were down in the dumps because you didn't have your badass background. Now you're back in studio.
Look at this.
Showed Larry Auto Pro. No heat.
No heat. No heat. We're going through some things. All right.
We're going through a lot. It's no problem. I booked you. You said yes. You didn't show up. No problem. It's okay. I had to put laser on commentary. It's okay. No problem. I'm happy to have you here. I'm happy to see your background.
Good to be here. You know, you're right.
How the hell are you feeling,
dude? We got to keep the show going, and I got to, I feel like I have to get into trouble weekly just to bring to the podcast. I got to make sure that I'm living up to the hype. But I'll be honest with you, still no doctor's appointment. Still got a broken face.
Still no doctor's appointment.
But the cool thing on the flip side is I've been getting my back tattooed about twice a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Got a session yesterday. Do you have your back done?
I have the top half of my back done.
Oh, it is.
I do not have the bottom half.
It is ass. It is very painful. Very painful.
So knowing you, there's a lot of ink back there. Do you want to show it yet, or do you want to wait and do the unveil?
We can show the progress. We'll show the progress.
Let's get that shirt off of you. That's what we do here on Talking Shop Live. We get dudes' shirts off and show things. Wow.
I don't know if you can hear me there, but there's a lot of work going on there. There's a lot of work, and it's been fucking brutal.
Brutal. So tell us what
is. I'm not able to get tattooed as often. I'm all tangled up in this shit now. Hold on. Jesus Christ.
No problem.
Jesus. Oh my.
It's an adventure every time. Bless it.
You're an adventure.
Hold on. We can fix this.
There you go.
I can't hear you.
Here we are, Thanksgiving edition, Talking Shop Live. Zicky Dice, half nude.
Oh my God, such a mess. Thanksgiving. I'm back.
How does your face feel? How many weeks removed now? This is week 4 of Talking Shop Live. So are we 5 weeks removed from the slap?
10/24. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
we're a month out of the slap heard around the world.
I'm waiting for a gal named Stephanie to call me. Stephanie, if you're listening, please can we schedule the damn appointment for the surgery?
Stephanie, if you're a Talking Shop Live listener and you've just been holding off because you want to see the drama unfold with the face of Zicky Dice, give the man a call, for Christ's sakes. He's dying in front of us.
I think because of the holiday, that's putting a little bit of delay on the
scheduling.
But I fell asleep with my hand on my face. This area hurts pretty bad. Oh wow! And my teeth are numb. And the worst thing is, Marty's living his perfect little life.
Hold on, your teeth are still numb?
Teeth are still numb, dude.
Holy shit! Now let me ask you this: when you're able to step back into the ring, whenever that may be, are you setting your sights on Marty the Moth? Do you want to get him in the ring and rough him up for what he did to your face?
So you know what? I had this. I got to dive into you off the before we let it all unfold live. I had this coming to Jesus the other day at the memorial, and I
heard you were in full regalia at the memorial.
Yes, I wore. I forgot the name of the gimmick that the royal family gifted me over in Abu Dhabi.
Right now, yes,
I think it's like a cherub. I could be botching the fuck.
It's not an owl, but it's not a. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like it's no disrespect. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know the exact name, but the royal family measured me and they gifted. I was like, when am I ever going to be able to wear this thing? And they're like, that was the perfect time.
So you were like, hey, my dead friend's having a memorial. Let me break it out.
I would hope he would do the same.
What I mean? He would have really loved
exactly. That. But I had this. I'm out from wrestling for a little bit. Do I go for Marty the Moth or do I switch things up? Are they going to see another side of the dice that we haven't seen yet? I don't know.
Yeah, this has sent you down a hallway, and I don't know if there's any return for it. I don't know what kind of competitor you're going to be when you come back. I think you're going to be unhinged.
I think it's that time, brother. I think it's that time. And I'm still planning on slapping again. I still plan on wrestling.
Still plan on slapping. So what else have you been making people money online gambling lately? I know you've
dude. I have given over 20,000 smackaroonies away this past month. Stop by kick.com/ZickyDice or twitch.tv/ZickyDice. Partnered up with a few social casinos, give away a PlayStation 5 this past month. The other day we gave away $250 Amazon gift card on top of all these giveaways, man. We're spinning and winning, baby. And that's all I'm doing. That and getting tattooed and trying to be up to no good.
I love it. I hope that I see you in real life soon.
I know.
That was a hell of an update. The great Zicky Dice.
Listen, I
Dice
wish
man.
I had more, but I'll be back next week, and I promise you, something will happen.
Zicky, it's not about how much time we spend. It's about the weekly check-in. It's about your mental health. It's about your facial health. It's about you having the background. You're back. You're making your slow climb. And if you don't have that doctor's appointment by next week, I'm going to get the TalkNShop attorney.
Are we going to save this footage for my Dark Side of the Ring, guys? This is good stuff.
The entire thing's been.
Listen, I think we have a lot of heat with Dark Side of the Ring, so don't worry about that.
Them too.
No problem. yeah. Them and the rest of the world.
Yeah. Well, fellas, I want to wish you and everyone in the chat, everyone watching the show, a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for having me. I'll see y'all next week. Same time.
Same time. We love you. The great Zicky Dice. That's an update, folks. That is an update.
Step in the right direction, I feel, right?
Step in the right direction. I feel like, Joe, we have a controversial man in the queue. Is it just him back there now?
We have a couple, but we do indeed have the person you're referencing. Are you ready to bring him up here? We can keep this rolling.
Well, let's bring him up, but let's preface this by saying I'm giving this man the floor. I respect this man. I like this man. However, the opinions of this man do not reflect TalkNShop, the Big LG, the Machine Gun Carl Anderson, Joe or Joel Hubert, and possibly not at Heel Emerson and DJ Dominguez. Let's bring him on. Ladies and gentlemen, NWA standout, NWA television champion. There he is with a smile on his face, the one, the only, world-renowned wrestling superstar, Brian Mother Freaking Idol. How you doing tonight, buddy?
We have a mute here.
Oh, he's muted.
Unmute.
We gotta unmute yourself, good brother. I knew he was going to
come. I'm sorry. I don't know how to work it.
You're working. You're live. What's up, man?
So I brought the the NWA TV title because I felt like it was relevant, with all the stuff going on. I wanted to make sure everybody's got to look at it.
I feel like it's always relevant. I feel like it's highly relevant right now. And I feel like there are a lot of places making it even more relevant. Would you care to expound upon that?
Yeah, man. I think it was funny that when I first brought it up, everybody thought I was like a crybaby or crazy, as if I didn't already know that this belt was going to be the replicated one, because I did know that. There's
a TalkNShop scoop. We'll take that. Beautiful. Yeah, okay.
Of course I knew. I'm saying so. That was the whole point. Which, for anybody that followed it, I'd say I had some harsh words for whatever, but at the same time, I was getting a lot of heat for referring to Orange Cassidy as a weird hands in the pocket wrestler. And
I did see that. We love you, brother Jim. As I said, this is the man's opinion.
Listen, I know the guy. I'm saying it's not even like I said. It's not like I'm sitting there like really like shitting on him hard. He's a good wrestler. I'm not saying he's not. His gimmick is weird that he puts his hands in the pockets and kicks people. It's not traditional. So it's like between that and saying using unknown guys and whatever. And again, the clarify that is like, you can
let me interrupt you. Let me interrupt you for 1 second. I'm a self-trained broadcast journalist here. For those who may not know what's been going on Twitter, for those who may not know what's been going on in the NWA, for those who may not know what's been going on in AEW, can you explain what leads us up to this situation?
Okay, so AEW announces that they're having a new title, and not only a new title, but they legit use footage from the NWA, and they use the name NWA to call back of sorts to the title. And I think the misconception was I was complaining because they're doing a national title, and nobody cares that they're using the word national title. It's when you're using the word NWA and you're showing highlights of old NWA. You're obviously, like if I had to explain it from a fan perspective, it's like taking a dump on a company saying we're bigger than you. We're going to take your title, make yours irrelevant, and we don't really care. And I can't think of an instance of another company that's ever done it, with maybe the exception of when, and they didn't even do that. Just Shane Douglas took the NWA title and threw it in the garbage can.
Right.
It's right along those lines.
Yeah.
And, and like I said, comedically enough, like I said, I knew this design because I put two and two together early, and I knew this would be the design of it. And
Sure.
I
So
thought that was hilarious. That it was offensive, but it was also hilarious at the same time.
right.
But
So you go online again for the people who don't know. You go online. You go on to X, which you're not even that active on X, which was also
I am now.
You're very active on X now, and you decide to defend your point, and then the replies roll in. Some positive, of course, some negative.
A lot more negative before this belt debuted on AEW. Now people seem to understand that I had a valid point. But in the process, I took a dig at the legacy of AEW versus what NWA is. And like I said, it can be construed as ultra hurtful or whatever. And even Janela, who I know very well, has spent a lot of time with, he's like, he's talking things I was taking. I was just saying, this is what I think of. And like I said, if it sounds negative, well, I was angry when I said it, so it wasn't the most pleasant. But none of those people do I think are, the shittiest wrestlers in the world, or there's anything wrong with them. It's just my opinion of what I think about when I think about what AEW has done. You know what I mean? And there's some other things I could have highlighted, I did not. But whatever, I'm saying, if I'm saying anything, I'm saying that's the only thing that I maybe didn't say totally accurate or came off a certain way. All the rest of it, I stand by 1,000%.
Gotcha. So I will say this: I was reading some counterpoints today, and as a self-trained broadcast journalist, it's my job to do this. Yes. And a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people, what I read was defending it, saying that the belt was defended on TBS, Jim Crockett Promotions. So they were saying that was a reason that maybe it was okay. And then the other thing that I think your point was confusing to some people, because I guess the belt design, which I didn't know this, and I've been a wrestling nerd my whole life and a pro wrestler 23 years, that they would lease these titles and these likenesses of these. I did not know that. So Reggie Parks owns that belt design, the legendary Reggie Parks. I knew him, of course. His company makes the design. Then they lease it to NWA. They leased it to the early 80s Hogan. They lease it to whatever. So is that what's going on here? And anybody can use that and put their letters on there if they pay the money?
So
I don't know.
I'm going to tell you, there's some validity to that, but there becomes an issue of intellectual property when you go to a certain point.
Sure.
But yes, accurately, that's why I knew this belt was going to be what it was, because they were going through.
So that's how you knew in advance. I got you. Okay. So that's what initially got your horns up.
But again, it's not even about, so say they just took the design and whatever.
Yeah.
But they were showing NWA and referencing NWA people.
And
if I'm so crazy, they put out a press release and it said NWA in it. Go look at that press release now. You know what it doesn't say in it? NWA. I wonder why. And I think it's very comical that I would say I was pretty much the catalyst to set up a phone call between Billy and Tony, which didn't happen for 4 or 5
That's pretty great.
years.
That's pretty great on a lot of different.
I shook my fist into the air and a billionaire made a phone call.
I hope that something positive comes out of all that. You do have to respect you stand on what you think, stand on what you believe, and stand up for your company and the belt that you currently proudly carry. I think that
yeah. There's no way I would let any company anywhere. And I said that just as much. It's just common sense. Show me an indie fed that's like, hey, I made a belt of the other rival indie fed because we're better.
I don't know. 20 years ago, I was wrestling on some indies where they'd buy that WCW Big Gold and put 3 mailbox letters on it. See, that was
no, absolutely.
I think it was a different thing back then.
But what I'm saying is, they weren't claiming that it was the same belt held by these people. You know what I'm saying? That's where it gets off the rails, and it's like, what are you talking about, dude? And if we were dead and buried, I'd be like, well, what are you gonna say? But we're not, dude. We're on Roku.
No, the NWA is alive and well. I'm gonna stand with you on that 100%.
There you go,
Joe, as a wrestling analyst and journalist, you got an opinion on this? We were talking about it a little bit off the air. I think it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, I definitely get. If you're holding one of the NWA belts, the correct response is to go online and post about it. It just is, right? There's nothing to be gained from just sort of watching on from afar.
Just letting it happen, sure.
I do think one thing that makes it interesting is that the NWA and what it represents is a very broad scope, right? Because obviously, as we know, the NWA wasn't a promotion so much, it was a collection of promotions and brands and territories. So I think that creates some confusion, and I even see that among newer fans, what is the NWA? What was the NWA is a better question, I think.
I think
Does
what was
cause
the
some-
NWA is what
Yes.
throws off younger fans because they don't
Yeah.
understand how the territories came under this umbrella, probably, right?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, so it's I guess in that way it's kind of complicated, but I get it completely, and especially the visual being, exact. I definitely get it.
Not for nothing, though. Way to put eyes on the NWA and way to put eyes on yourself in the title. I mean, you
That's
did
what I'm
exactly
saying, man.
like Joe said. Like, if you're a pro wrestler, you go, all right, here we go. Strap
Right.
them up, which that's a great thing, and that's definitely a positive for the NWA side of the coin on this for sure.
No, totally. And the moral of it all is anytime anybody looks at that belt now, there is a large portion of people that are like reminded of the NWA just from even the noise I made about it, which at the end of the day is a win in my book because if you're gonna rip something off, it's like, well, you might as well, it's like basically paying a royalty, in a tribute in some aspect. That's what you wanted, right? You wanted to pay a tribute. So now everybody's gonna talk about NWA over and over.
Let's talk about it. Let's get everybody talking about everything. What else is going on, man, off of this subject? What do you got coming up? Where are you going? Where are you headed? Where can the people find you? Where can those who are living under this rock, who don't know this controversy, see the Brian Idol tweets, Xisms, Instagrams, whatever they may be?
My Xisms. They're at what's that?
Well, that's a different. That's on your OnlyFans, brother.
I don't know the show well enough. What is this cash register noise that comes in?
Oh, we got a sound effects guy. That's DJ Dominguez. We got half the audience hates him, half loves him. I'm on the love
I love
side.
it. I just
Machine
love
Gun
random.
host, so.
I keep waiting for like Pink Floyd to start like every time he does it. And
one of my favorites.
Somebody's choking there. Yeah. It's just at the Brian Idol, TheBryanIdol. I don't know if you guys saw all over the news the week after that, which was this past week, Nick Hogan getting in the ring with me. And that thing went super viral, man. Oh my God. TMZ calling me, Fox News. Like, I was like shocked and like everybody wanted to talk about that. So that's really cool. I'm happy for Nick that he got a little buzz of that. And
that was the official announcement, though, right? That he's going to decide to possibly step into the ring. That you guys did. I mean, right?
Somehow that happened. It wasn't planned. It was like he put out a selfie and tagged me in it. Some dirt sheet picked it up immediately, and then all of a sudden they were blowing both of us up, like via text, emails, any way they could get a hold of us. And I guess the interview he did, the guy followed him to the airport. So the guy at the airport with TMZ asking him questions, which I love, by the way, because he referred to me, the guy, as a legend. He's like, so you're training with legends? And I was like, hell yeah, legends right there,
That's
brother.
Beautiful. That's fucking beautiful. Well, dude, you can't say that you don't know how to make buzz. You've created a hell of a lot of it over the past month, which I think
That's my
awesome.
Job. That's my job.
Absolutely.
What do you give you one? I want to give you one controversial thing.
Please.
I think it's really lame and I think it's really pathetic. The few jabroni indie wrestlers that tried to jump in on me in that. And I was like, dude, you're not getting a job because of this. Like, you're not getting paid. Like, say whatever corny insult you want to me. No, for real though. Like, this is the hard truth, right? And I'm saying, like, okay, so there's levels to. Okay, so the Good Brothers, as we know them, have been in every major promotion in the world. You've had contracts with every major company, and when you come to the indies at this point, you're a super draw, super in demand. You could probably sign a contract with 2-3 other TV companies at the snap of a finger. That's what you've earned. That's what you've established. But I'm saying I think there's a line that people don't realize about who you have to be and what it takes to take home a legitimate wrestling contract and to make an actual living doing this. And when I say make a living, I say make a living, not the old what are they, the hot dog and handshake deal.
How long you been working? 5 years. How many matches you had? 10.
Right. But even if you had 10,000 and if you're not getting paid, you're not making a living, there's a difference. It's a lot easier 100%. To get booked when you're like, I'll drive myself there. I'm free. Here I am, bro. Promoters are like, yeah, I don't care. You can be great. You can be not great. Like, you're in. And I just think people don't know the reality of that. And I think sometimes like these wrestlers like come out of turn and it's like, bro, you're out of pocket, like telling me, like trying to jump in on my shit. And it's like, you don't even like, what are you talking about? Like, it's like, bro, you don't have a gig. Like, stop, like, just step out. Like, I just couldn't believe, like, I was like, these guys are real jabronis. And then of course, like, God.
Sometimes you step back and you watch that though. And you part of you like you're firing up because it's your situation, but like me stepping back and looking at it, I go, oh man, that kid or that guy is saying that because he thinks that the other side's going to hire him because of it.
And they ain't.
And that's not jumping on one side is not the way.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like they think
to
they
get the
get it, but
paper
they
in the
don't.
mailbox, man.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. They think they get it, but they don't. And it's kind of pathetic. But it's funny. I look, at the end of the day, I laugh about it, and I think it takes a certain kind of person to like whatever. But my whole thing is in wrestling, dude. I will never let anyone bully me. Like this is food on my plate. It's not a fucking
Sure.
game. At the end of the day, it's
Right.
not a fucking game. I don't work a fucking side job. I don't
Yep.
have,
I
you know what I
agree
mean?
with
I'm
that.
like, bro, everything I earn is in wrestling and it's what I do. So there's no person, I don't care if they're a fucking indie wrestler or they're fucking Hall of Fame legend. I will never let anybody punk me out because it is fucking food off my plate. So you will have to fucking punch me unconscious and fucking beat me to a pulp before I ever fucking say uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well said. Well said. I mean, you're the
you know,
reason that you were the reason that got the Good Brothers into the NWA. You're the reason that
and
I'll
all
tell
I
you
ever
on
want to
the
do
air
is
we're
help
going to do that.
anybody, man.
We got this next thing coming up with you guys. Very excited about that.
Yeah, hell yeah, I love it.
So Brian Idol, you say what you want about the man. I think he could be today's version of the loose cannon.
I'm close.
He's everywhere. He's controversial. I appreciate you coming on here, good brother. Thank you.
I want to say one more thing in the holiday spirit. I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I want to thank you guys for having me. Also, same thing, love him or hate him. I want to maybe raise a little awareness and just maybe a little shout out. And if anybody else wants to take the time to tell somebody else to shout him out or check in with him, check in with Nasty Boy Knobs.
Yes.
He is going through an extremely hard time, dude. I saw him today.
Big Brian Knobs, friend of the program, personal friend of mine, going through a lot. Send him your well wishes. Tell the guy you love him.
It's true.
Man,
he needs a check in, especially at the holidays.
He one of my favorite all time wrestling characters. In and out of the ring, such a fun guy, such a good guy.
With some terrible luck.
Terrible luck.
Like
right
he stepped on a goddamn nail, dude. This guy's like in the worst shape ever now. It's been a year plus. God. And like I literally just took him to the doctor today and it's healing, but like it's put him in such a bad way. Yeah. And it's like, so I just, like I said, man, hopefully he fucking survives this. So, but if
hopefully
anybody hasn't checked in with him,
we see him. Yeah, we see him back out there. Yeah, I'm gonna send him. I'll shoot him a text when we get off here. Big love to Brian.
He needs it. He needs it for real.
And one more time, I'm going to let you do it because you plug it the best. How do we watch NWA Power on Roku?
So simple, man. If you got a smart TV, you just download the Roku app. You can literally search NWA Power. It's totally free. If you want to do it on your phone, you can go to our website, nationalwrestlingalliance.com. Just click the links for Roku. I'll even tell you a secret. It'll tell you to make a Roku account. You don't have to. Close the box, and it's right there on demand. And you can watch all the episodes on demand, all the current ones. If you want to watch older stuff, you go on the Wrestling Central channel on Roku, and we're showing 80% of NWA from the last 7 years, and then the other 20%. Yep, and the other 20% is the women of wrestling. So that's a fun little mix.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's really cool, man. The Roku deal, it's funny because in the midst of all that shit, everybody's like, TV champion, what TV? Like, I don't know what, like Monday Night Raw's on goddamn Netflix. That ain't TV, dude. Roku is also an app.
We're in a streaming world now, folks. That's where we are.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm like, what are you talking about? Roku has, and I'm not saying we have it, but Roku has 86 million viewers a day or some shit. Like, they do front page us though, and I know we are getting some serious some views on it. And again, dude, I'm not a full of shit individual. Like, does some of the NWA product that sounds like some of the NWA product, it's some of it might not be everybody's favorite, and there's some room to go here. There's some things we can improve upon, but the meat and potatoes of it is fucking. Brother. That's what I'm saying. But the meat and potatoes of it is fucking awesome. That's
our quack. He tries to quack when you're about to cuss.
Nothing shits on something you're saying. The fucking.
well, the goal is to quack out all the fucks and the shits, but sometimes I'm quick on the.
Oh yeah, you can't. You got to preempt it with me all day, man. I'm in a comfortable environment right now. It's over.
No, yeah, but, I love it, dude. I love it.
But no, the programming's good, man. And all I would ever say to anybody listening to this is just watch it for a little bit and just check out an episode. Now, even watch it on demand. You don't like something, skip it a little bit and then watch the next thing.
That's the beauty of streaming. You can skip whatever the hell you want.
They only show a couple commercials in between. It's not a big deal. And like I said, man, I'm very proud of what's going on there, and I think it's extremely underrated. And
absolutely.
I mean, whatever. That's the story of life, the story of my life, and maybe that's why I fit in so well there is because that feeling from the day I walked in, I was like, man, this whole thing is, if people only knew. And I'm like, okay, I can help this. And
It's always fun to swim to the island of misfit toys. I loved it when I was there. There'll be more Good Brothers coming to NWA. We haven't made our official television debut. It's coming up. More shots to come with the NWA. Brian Idol, we got to kick you out. Thank you so much. I'm going to do a long form early morning again coming up with you where we can just bullshit unlimited. Good brother. Thanks again. Your NWA television champion, the controversial Brian Idol.
I want to close it with, if you don't like me, fuck you. All right, I'll see you guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Dominguez missed the quack on that.
There was a lot of quack opportunities there. He tried his best.
Guys,
he tried
that
his
was
best.
Brian Idol. I don't know if I would like to have a weekly check-in with him, but I don't know if I can control him.
Yeah, you did a good job, I thought. Did a good job.
What a great guest to come on here. You don't know where he's going to go, but he goes. So that's a good thing. That's
some excellent broadcast journalism. A little pushback with the I've been reading today.
Listen, any self-taught
broadcast
journalist like myself has to have a little pushback for me. It was interesting though reading the Reggie Park stuff because that was like you feel like you kind of know a little bit of everything at a certain point. And I did not know they had to lease the use of the design. I never knew that. That's very interesting.
The NWA thing is tough to kind of. There's a lot of moving pieces there, right? Historically, I mean, not so much now. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't know
for sure.
Yeah. There was recently someone was asking me about old Crockett, and they said this was NWA. And I was like, by that point, yes, basically, but before that, it's a lot more blurred.
Well, that was part of the stuff I was reading, and I mean, I'll say who I was reading. He's a friend of mine, Conrad Thompson, who's a belt enthusiast, was explaining all this in this X thread.
Yeah,
and he was teaching me as I was reading. I was getting more and more interested in, the leasing of these images because I thought like, hey, the company gets the belt, they pay whatever they pay for it, more than like we pay for our indie belts, obviously, because they're going to use it on TV, and then it's theirs, and that's not the case. And then I was reading about how, Vince wanted it for Hogan, but he didn't want to pay the leasing fee.
Yeah.
And very interesting shit. Quack quack.
Yes, very much. And one of the weird kind of crossover points is when Turner buys Crockett. They use NWA as the predominant till what, maybe 91 probably?
Yeah, because remember when I first saw it, like Rick Rude's still like the NWA whatever champion. And then I think, correct me, whatever, but I think Sting is the WCW champion. And it was a little confusing.
I think Rude was the actual endpoint because I believe when he's
the last one, isn't he?
Yeah, yes. I think when he beat Flair, the NWA pulled away from WCW, I believe. So, yeah, clearly we're getting more confused the more we talk about it. But yeah, it's an interesting one. A lot of history.
I'd have to go back like when I, don't have a million kids running around and a million real life things and dig into that and watch it because it's a very interesting time.
It is very, very interesting.
Anybody backstage that I've missed?
We do have another guest, and I'm intrigued. There's kind of a follow-up here necessary. We have.
Hey.
Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, the newly crowned Lariato Pro Hardcore Champion, also our editor of Lariato Pro on Triller, on Roku, SDGN 49. A lot of controversy around this guy, probably more controversy around him than the NWA television title, than Alundra Blaze dropping the WWF Women's title into the trash can on Monday Nitro. A man who I have a lot of respect for, but I don't believe is full of honesty. The great D-Money. Look. This is the man. This is the man whose hair I've been talking about, and you can't tell me that beautiful mane. Get that thing a little closer to the camera here. Oh, come on, that's not real. That is not real. I knew you when you were bald. I took my glasses off. Get that thing up here again. It's like a chia pet from 1998. Holy shit.
I was in Dublin Saturday, and we had a room in the back for promos, and Cade was back there.
Cade, my son, my 18-year-old son, Cade was running the back as I was being a carny and wrestling away in Kentucky, and Lariato Pro was running in Dublin, Georgia for the backstory. But yeah, my son Cade was back there, and what happened?
So I can't remember what we were talking about, but we go to walk out of the room, and he pauses and looks back at me and kind of whispers, "Is that done?" And I was like, "No."
I mean, a couple of weeks ago in South Georgia, when we're having that beautiful seafood family dinner together, and you say that it's real hair. I mean, I dropped my drink, spilled it all over the floor. I was shocked. I was baffled by this. Listen, how old are you?
37.
37. Come on. I don't know, guys. What do you think, Emerson?
I'm 35, man.
I mean, listen,
I don't think it's real.
I'm a champion.
I think we should take a vote in the chat here. We got the YouTube chat.
I think he's innocent. I do. I think he's innocent.
You think he's innocent? Well, Joe, you have a good head of hair on you. I think you're a few years junior of the 1D money, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's no trepidation here. There's no fear. There's no concern.
Well, I mean, the great Daniel DJ Dominguez up there has a great head of hair on him, but he's got great Latino heritage, which produces beautiful hair, we know, which was one thing that always confused me about Lucha Libre. I'm like, these guys have the best hair in the business. Why are they covering that up? And then when I realized that you could have a mask with your hair out, I thought genius. But I'm saying, if this is real hair, then freaking good for you. I think you're lying.
Why do you think I'm lying?
Because it's listen, when I came back to Lariato after I'd been let go a month before, the first thing I did, and I couldn't be in front of the camera, I couldn't be on the show, I couldn't do anything. I came to Dublin, Georgia. I said I was going to help out and run the back. I really wasn't. I wanted to see the boys. I miss being around everybody. We had JBL on the show. I wanted to see him. I get there. I glad hand everybody. I make all my rounds. You're one of the last people I see. You got your purple robe on and your purple wrestling gear, and you go, "What's up, Gallows?" And I go, "What the fuck is going on with your hair?" Is the first thing I said to you. And you were like, "What do you mean I grew it out?" And I'm going, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You went to South America and you got hair plugs.
Pakistan, according to
Pakistan. That was my first thought when I started Googling.
That's what Carl says. Pakistan.
Yeah. I was thinking about getting mine done actually. And now there's all this research that these weird foreign countries are coming up with these anecdotes where your hair will just magically. I mean, you could be watching this thing next week, and I look like Rick Martel in the mid-90s. You know, all of a sudden it's just back, and here I am, and then I'll say, "Hey, you were right." But until then, I'm going to stand on it like Brian Idol stands on his point as the NWA television champion.
No, I think if I was going to get it done, I'd get it longer like Brian Idol.
Do you want long hair?
No, I can't stand my hair long. Honestly, I'm surprised I've let it get this long.
Could you grow long hair?
Yeah, I can.
Serious investigation.
I can. Yeah. That's it.
It's like I told Kate, I was in the Army for a while, so I kept.
So you were forced to have short hair. Well, thank you for serving. I don't know what to say about this, guys. I mean, you guys say Holbert says yes, that it's real.
Yeah,
Emerson
I will
says,
admit, slightly less confident after the prior investigation happened there regarding if long hair is wanted or not. But I'm still on Team Real. Yeah.
Holy shit, Emerson, what do you got on this?
40-ounce Dub said that he's using Cena's hair doctor.
Cena's hair doctor. Well, Cena's hair doctor is actually damn good. That would be a good choice because didn't he go from bald to now he's not bald or something?
I believe so.
Well, he had a spot. And he got
he had a massive spot.
Yeah.
When he first came back to wrestling from acting, everyone went, "What the fuck happened to his hair? He was the most gorgeous man in the whole world. Now he's bald." And then all of a sudden he wasn't bald anymore. I don't see WWE all the time, but I know enough to know that his hair came back, goddammit. Yeah. Right?
It absolutely did. Yes, absolutely.
Everybody in the chat says it's real. So
what?
The jury has spoken here.
What?
What they're saying.
This is what happens. They rebel against their leader. This is bullshit, you guys. Come on. This is not bald envy. This is not bald envy.
That feels like something you'd say if it was bald envy, though, right? It's tough that I don't know if it's going to sway anyone.
Son of a bitch.
It is a little bit for coming from me. Just a little
guys,
bit.
Guys, it's the holidays, for Christ's sakes. Be thankful that Dee's has the greatest hair transplant we've ever seen. that I'm a proud bald man, and we
Yeah.
can all just admit it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Guys, any big Thanksgiving Day traditions coming up? I know Holbert's got a ton of them.
I'm going to hang out with some family tomorrow. I got a pretty big Asian family. I know Carl showed you my Asian grandma recently.
I mean, you got so many shocking things that come out of your den of secrets. So you got a full blown Asian grandma. You're a hell of a cook. You got amazing hair. So you and I talked about this off the air. I am a big proponent of the Thanksgiving Day turkey, and I said this, and Hot Carl couldn't believe it. He'd never heard it. My mother taught me to cover the turkey in mayonnaise, to go under the skin with mayonnaise. You bake the turkey in this mayonnaise baste, and then the turkey is insanely moist when you pull it out. And then you sent me a picture today. You mayonnaise the turkey, and then you smoke the turkey.
Oh.
You said you tried a leg. It was the juiciest leg you ever had. Did you try any more of it? How long did you smoke this thing? I'm very interested. I'm down my Baron Corbin cooking rabbit hole with you right now.
So I smoked it about 3.5 hours, low and slow.
How big of a bird we talking, good brother?
It's I want to say it was 4 or 5 pounds.
Did you do the time based off the weight, obviously?
Yeah, off the weight. But did like you said, I got the Duke's mayonnaise, lifted the skin
Duke's,
up,
Duke's is where it's at.
And then used that as like my base and seasoned it too.
We tried. I've failed miserably at the smoked turkey, but this was when I was like having drunken Thanksgiving still before I had another baby. And like we had my turkey in the oven was safe because my wife was up there. And then outside, all the men were just not paying attention at all and just having Thanksgiving libations and having the time of their lives pretending to be really attentive to the turkey. And then the next thing you know, the fucking turkey burned up. So I didn't have any mayonnaise on it, but it did not work. I may have to try that again next year and try it for Christmas because I am a big proponent of the traditional holiday foods. We got away from it. My dad doesn't like it. He'll have crab legs and pizza. I'm like, listen, man, we need turkey. We need turkey sandwiches after. Let's get it. So I'm glad that you had that, Deez. Have a great, happy Thanksgiving. Do we have any other stragglers in the queue? I don't think that we do.
We do not. No, we do not on this Thanksgiving Eve night. We do not.
Thanksgiving Eve night, we've done almost 50 minutes. I appreciate those of you who joined in. I appreciate our great guests. I feel like we could have let Zicky go a little longer this week, but we cut him right off.
He was starting to, he started climbing that mountain. He went to start going down again. I thought you did the right thing.
I didn't want it to be the big dip in the match. I didn't want to watch him. I didn't want to watch Zicky grab a hold. Because when he grabbed the hold last week, I felt like he was swimming without a life jacket. You know what I mean? So, but I was happy that he came back this week. He looks like he's starting his rebound because we started hot. We had a massive drop. It was like watching the crypto economy last week. But now I think like the crypto economy today, he's slowly climbing his way back. Hopefully, the great medical team at TKO will give him a call back and actually schedule his appointment since they just allowed him to have his face shattered.
Yeah,
I'm sure they will. They're good people over there. And Zicky will make a valiant, triumphant return next week. Next week, the machine gun Carl Anderson will be back. Let me plug some stuff. Thegoodbrothers.dashery.com. That's our brand new merch store. TalkNShop is live on all podcast platforms. We drop on Friday mornings. You can find TalkNShop and Lariato Pro Wrestling on Triller Plus TV on the Roku channel STGN49, Thursdays, Saturdays. Check us out there live, and then check out my beautiful supporters, my co-hosts, the Late Night Grin, Joel Holbert. How do we watch that thing?
Appreciate that. Room for a plug. Wow. We should host this every week, brother. Late Night Grin on YouTube. We have a bunch of live streams, such including some with the Good Brothers. Right? We did the Tokyo tape on LNG Productions. So Late Night Grin on YouTube will get you everything you need in that regard. Appreciate it.
So you posted something today. We got a couple more minutes here.
Yeah.
And I'm lost in thought. Normally we don't it's the holidays, so I am having a little wine right now.
Mm.
You posted one today, and it sparked my interest. And the
Yes.
picture that you posted, I think I'm in the match, but is
Yes.
the next late night grin the fantasy booking of your Survivor Series team?
So it's a draft. So we had 5 GMs, so to speak,
Okay.
and we were drafting teams, and we were drafting on how what guys have done at Survivor Series specifically, which is a different thing, right?
Can you
Because
draft any era?
any era. So we had all-time squads at the end. It was actually something you would have had a lot of fun with, I think.
That's
we
why.
had,
That's what I went. Hold on, I would have fucking really loved.
Yes, yeah. The guys have often said to me, "We need to get LG on one of these drafts," and I was like, "Yeah, but it will have to be just LG because Machine Gun will fucking hate the draft."
Oh, he would loathe the draft. His inner fandom is way smaller than mine.
But those matches were fascinating, though, because that was a thing they hadn't done in probably 30 years at that point, or at least 25 years. The 5 teams on each side.
But the 5 teams was where it was at, man. And like every era you go to, it's so funny. I mean, like, I think it'd be an interesting episode, and not that we'll ever do it or you ever will, but if you could pick a year, this is how I was thinking of it when I saw that. If you could pick a year, but there's no company or promotional boundaries, and you can draft your 5, that could have been damned interesting. You can pick WCW guys. You can pick ECW guys. Of course, you can pick WWF guys. You can pick Japanese guys.
Mm-hmm. To that
I
point,
think it'd be really
not quite in that vein, but on Friday we're doing a deal where it's like going through any point in history, stopping and trying to figure out what the strongest brand versus brand. The brand supremacy thing that kind of became a meme among fans. Like the idea of what would be the 92 WWF versus 92 WCW match be.
Holy what that's shit. 1992 was my favorite year in wrestling.
Well, of course, dude. Bull. I mean, WCW Dangerous Alliance.
And
Flair makes the jump.
I don't care. It's the greatest Royal Rumble as a child.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah.
It's the first Royal Rumble I saw as a child. But I mean, when you go back and you watch the 1992 Royal Rumble, the amount of guys who were top draws somewhere in the world in that ring, unbelievable.
And it's from a media point of view, a coverage point of view, it's a year of change too, because Brett leaves the year as champion. So many guys are leaving the WWF.
Saskatchewan, that's when Vince wants to go younger, and they switch the title from him to Flair, and Flair goes, but Flair does loser, leaves town against Perfect in '93 on that Raw, right? On the early Raw in Manhattan Center. Yeah. And he rides off into the sunset, and Brett's not the champion going. Yeah, Brett's the champion going into '93 because he wins it in December.
Drops it to Yoko, and then Hogan does the Yoko deal, and the whole.
He's hanging the ring '93 with the flash photography finish. Wow. I don't know who else on here is either old enough or has the Phantom. We should let's do a quick hitter before we get out of here. Those of you who can, what is your 1992 Survivor Series all-star team across any brand? You can pick 5 men.
Whew. It's really difficult. I think
I'm going Sting.
Okay.
Sting's a great pick.
Austin.
Yep.
92 Austin's not
Steve.
developed yet, but you're finding a young star there. I like that. Who was number 3?
Steamboat.
Steamboat. Okay, you're a
He has a great
heavy. He's a Georgia guy, yeah.
I don't know, man. Macho Man. He's there. He's there. 92.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's a hell of a pick.
Then I got to go Flair.
Yeah, that's strong.
That's a strong team.
I'm close, but I think you got to have Rude. I think Rude is incredible in '92. That's the best year of his career.
You know, my favorite wrestler in 1992, and I think that he could have done more out of it had the trajectory been different, was you couldn't, in my childhood opinion and now my adult opinion, if I were booking a territory, 1992, jacked up, sweet ass braids, Davey Boy Smith, was a can't miss, effing superstar. I'm the only person who was mad that Davey Boy dropped the title at Wembley. I'm the only person. I said, this is complete bullshit. There's no way Brett could beat Davey Boy. I didn't think that he could.
Yeah, he's I'm always fascinated by his WCW run the year afterwards.
I'm fascinated by the WCW run too, and when I got to be friends with Harry when we were young in our 20s wrestlers, and we would have beverages, I always wanted to talk about early 90s Davey Boy, Davey Boy has a great run after that, but I'm like, why was
Yes.
Davey Boy not the WCW World Champion immediately? He comes in and hits a vertical on Vader and picks him up and power slams him. I'm like, who the fuck else is going to do that? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, he's awesome in that. I love, though, the Owen team, I think, is like crazy underrated. In 96, I guess, right? 96, 97? Yeah.
So who's
Great
your
team.
92 Survivor Series team, Joe?
Give me Rude, give me Flair. I think at that point you're on the tail end of like Flair at the peak of his powers, but I do think he bounces back in 92. So I'll take Flair. I need Steamboat. I need Sting. Give me Tenru to round it out.
Ooh. Now are we doing like in-ring technical prowess, or are we doing like star power? It doesn't matter. You can just pick.
Depends, right? Yeah, it depends.
I'm doing a straight up
yeah.
power team. I got Sid Justice.
Yes.
I got Davey Boy. Give me Rude.
Yep.
I mean, no one's gonna fuck with my guys in a bar. You know what though? So Rumble 92. Well, this is by Survivor Series. So has the barbershop window happened?
Yeah.
My young up and comer, Shawn Michaels. That's my number 4. We need somebody in there who can do some spots.
It may happen in 92. I'm trying to think when.
It happens in 92. I just don't know when in 92.
Yes.
And then I'm going to throw a sleeper guy on there who maybe I didn't love as much in later years, but he was my guy in 92 as well as Jake Roberts. That's a hell of a team.
Yeah, he
good team.
Everyone remembers how the WCW run ended, but there's like a period there, little brief window.
There's a little glimpse of greatness
Yep.
in the midst of that, and I think probably the last real glimpse of greatness, because the '96 WWF run is what it is, and then what happens beyond, and he's still going, and good for him, which is awesome. But yes, 100%.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the stuff he did in Mexico in the mid-90s, but I haven't seen any of that.
I haven't seen any of that either. I've just read it.
Yeah.
It's like the Scott Hall Puerto Rico run. I heard it was really good, but it was like the last thing that he really does.
Yeah.
And no one's ever really seen it. So anybody else?
Yeah. Go for
it. Deez, you got a team for 92 or you weren't even watching?
I think I would go with Road Warriors. Powers of Pain.
I didn't even think of a freaking tag team, and I'm a tag team guy.
Well, I'm putting 2 teams together: Road Warriors, Powers of Pain.
Oh hell yeah!
And Big Boss Man.
Dude, I think your bar fighting team might be able to whip my bar fighting teams.
Boss Man was so awesome.
I don't think they're going over in the Survivor Series, but they're going to look cool as shit in their entrance.
Oh, they're going to beat the shit out of some people.
Yeah, for real. Dominguez, you got anything on that, or you tapping, baby boy?
He took my Road Warriors. I was a big fan of the face paint when I was a kid.
Of course, the war paint.
I had the action figures. I had the Road Warriors. I had Sting. I had Ultimate Warrior. And Muda.
So you're just going to do a full face paint team?
Yeah, because I didn't realize that Mexican wrestling
war paint.
Oh, that'd be sick.
I love it. The Thanksgiving Day edition of TalkNShop Live. If you rode with us, we appreciate it. We miss the great charisma of the machine gun. He's better at kicking people out than I am. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks.
I would
for
already be
joining
gone.
us. Huh?
I would already be gone by now.
You would. Oh, you wouldn't have lasted, brother. That's what my wife said. She goes, "You're too nice. You'll let everyone talk forever." And I was like, "No, I'm good at it." And then Brian Idol, every time I cut him down, he goes, "Well, one more thing. One point I need to make. Well, but there was also this." And I'm going, "All right, Idol, we can bring you on long form at 5:30 in the morning, but nobody wants to do it with us at fucking 5:30 in the morning. They want to sit here all night and just jab away."
Can I make one request before we go?
Yeah, fuck it. You're Brian Idol. What do you want?
Okay. So, tell the story about when the Fink called you and said you were working Kane.
Oh my god!
Can we get the story?
Ladies and gentlemen, Howard Finkel. But that's why I've done the Howard Finkel voice for so many years, was because of course I grew up on the Fink. He's the voice of my childhood. But the what really shocks me the most of this is I go to developmental in 2005. It's right after my 21st birthday, right? And I get there and like there are these guys who've wrestled in Japan, who've wrestled in Mexico, and I'm just like Drew, the 6'7" indie guy who doesn't really know what he's doing all the way yet. I've been doing indies for a few years. I didn't really go to wrestling school at all. Like, I just kind of lied my way in, just started bumping. So I get there, and these guys are all like a class above me. And the only thing that was saving my ass was I could cut pretty good promos. And I had this weird ass gimmick. But I only know what I'm getting told in the wrestling school. You got to remember that they send all this stuff up to the crazy McMahons who probably didn't watch the matches. They're watching me like let a spider crawl on my face and talking 60 different voices and all this shit. So I'm literally walking through Kroger with my girlfriend in the grocery store in Atlanta, and my phone rings and it's a 203 number. And I'm like, am I getting fired? The immediate thought always, you go, hello? And he goes, hello, Drew. This is Howard Finkel. And I'm like, which one of these motherfuckers is fucking with me today? So I want to let you know, you'll be booked on this weekend's live event series, and you'll be wrestling Kane. And I go, okay. And then he's like, you'll land at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. Your rental car will be through National. Your reservation will be paid for, and you'll be staying at the Marriott. And I go like, I know this is a joke. And he's like, this is not a joke. You'll fly out on Friday morning. You'll be in Dallas. And he names the loop, like the 3 towns and then where Monday Night Raw is. And he goes, and you will perhaps even have a dark match before Monday Night Raw airs live on the USA Network. And I go, okay, thanks. And he goes, well, you're quite welcome, Drew. And one more thing. And I go, yes, sir. And he goes, watch out for that choke slam. I go, this is it's a complete rib. I call Bill DeMott, humorist, the trainer. I go, I think the guys are fucking with me. They just called and said I'm wrestling Kane on the house shows. And he goes, well, they're not fucking with you at all. And I go, well, I can't do that. And he goes, what do you mean you can't do that? I go, I can't do it. I'm not ready. He goes, well, you're fucking going to. And I go, oh, God. And then I flew out the next morning and I wrestled Kane for the weekend. And it was really fun. But, yeah, that's the story.
A good story.
Tremendous.
All right, Talking Shop Live Thanksgiving edition. You hung in there for an hour. You listened to all of our bullshit. We thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. Follow Talking Shop on all podcast platforms. See us on Triller TV. See us on Roku. Follow us at _Big LG at Machine Gun KA. We're all over the place. This weekend, after the happiest of Thanksgivings, we head out to WrestleCade in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. 3 big nights there. We're in New York City for the great Dave Marquez on December 2nd. And then we roll into K-Fay weekend. Where will the boys show up? Nobody in here knows. Nobody knows but Machine Gun KA and I. We're going to shock the wrestling world again. Tune in. See you next time.